Let's talk about the new Gimmick Puppet FTK. Yes, not even a couple hours later after the card reveals, we already have this. And I want to talk about the card prices reflecting these beautiful, beautiful FTKs. Make sure you guys smash the like and crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. These got posted in our Discord by a few people talking about one card FTK and so forth. So I wanted to showcase these. Credit goes to the original duelist here. First one should be right heel for this. So this should be your one card version, and guess what? It's going to have to do with the field spell, because on activation this gets to search for this. You go ahead and deploy it. You get to mill off the doll here, and then remember the doll gets to recur itself back if it's sent anywhere, you know, to the graveyard basically, except from hand. So we reveal, we special summon out this. This is now a level 8 because it's what we milled. So we're going to drop the little cattle scream monster thing onto the field here off of the doll. We're going to go ahead and make the Fantasia Machina here, which lets you detach one to add a rank up spell card from your deck, and then you gain the effect to normal summon an additional machine monster this turn. So we're going to grab Argent Chaos Force. Y'all remember this card. Target a rank 5 or higher monster you control. Special summon from the extract one number C or CXYZ monster. It's one rank higher, treating it as the material. And then when a rank 5 or higher exceed monster is special summon to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this back to your hand. And you can only use that effect once per duel. So we've accomplished. We're going to go ahead and rank up here into the Fantasia Machina here. It's technically let's add the trap, but we don't really care about that. I want to go ahead and, yes, the little friend over here gets the ability to detach a material to beam itself on out of the graveyard, which is pretty good. So we're going to make the Gimmick Puppet of Strings here. Argent comes on back. Alright, we're going to go ahead and rank up the Gimmick Puppet of Madness here into the Dark Strings Monster of Darkness. Alright, pick back up our Argent Chaos Force. And now, this is where we actually get to start getting into the disgusting things here. Destroy as many monsters with string counters as possible, blah, blah, blah. Do draw 1, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the highest original monster among those destroyed monsters in your graveyard. Alright, so that's where you see the first little ping for 3100 come up here. We're going to go ahead and slam down Argent Force again. We're going to go ahead and make Fantasia on the sidelines here again. We're going to go ahead and do the stack up. And then go ahead and stack up the Mansion here, actually. Alright, Mansion will actually bring this on over to the opponent's field because this has a beautiful effect to beam a monster up here. And then hand those over to our opponent. We're actually going to go ahead and make the Sub-Chimera doll here. So now we get to go down the little lines of play here to make the Link monster. We're going to go ahead and grab Terror Baby. Terror Baby for the additional normal. We're going to go ahead and make the Gimmick Puppet Grinder Blender, and it is time to start shredding these monsters. And congratulations, you did it. I love the fact that it says up to twice per turn during the main phase you get to shred those. So we did it. Alright, that's the first one of these little madness generation things here. And this one's a little bit more interesting in my opinion. So we reveal the Terror Baby here. Go ahead, alright, field spell. Go ahead, Gigantus. Go ahead and special down the little soldiers here. The little soldier's going to go ahead and mill off Cattle Scream here. We'll go ahead and overlay on into the rank up Magic Searcher. There's the Argent Chaos Force being searched. Slam down, go ahead and rank up our Fantasia Machina here. Hand that over to our opponent. Enjoy that. I'll deploy the little Terror Baby. Terror Baby revive. Go ahead and make the Link monster now. And then the doll comes back to the hand. Go ahead and grab a nice little Terror Baby here. Go ahead, extension on down here. Alright, go ahead and Cattle Scream it on up. Alright, go ahead and overlay into the Gimmick Puppet of Leo. Oh man, we're getting into the fun stuff here. Alright, go ahead and stack up the overlays on the side over here. Go ahead and make Grinder. Recur back the Argent Chaos Force. Detach, blow that up. Go ahead and rank up into, yes, that is the Disaster Leo. I love this card. Like, free little win condition on this, by the way, if it has no material on your life points less than 2,000. Go ahead and hand that on over to our opponent. Alright, pop that. Alright, pew. Go ahead and hand that on over again. Rank up, pop it. Mission accomplished. Go ahead and detach, and we did it. Yay! If your opponent's life points are 2,000 or less, and this has no materials, you win the duel. It's a little bit cheesy, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not even sure, like, just to like showcase the little combos here. They might not be 100% like the most optimized or like the best things to figure out here, but I just want to showcase these before we get into the market side of this, just to go, hey, this is what you're dealing with here. You know, there's some actual merit to this. And if you really have this many potential FTK like combo lines you can do with this, you know, maybe this would be a very scary thing. I did see 1 to 2 hand trap possible point outs here, or maybe, you know, a draw and lockbird could possibly ruin this, but it's definitely worth some consideration for what you want to do. So let's pass on over so you can take a look at those Gimmick Puppet prices. Welcome to the Gimmick Puppet side of the market. Delicious, actually. Hello, Gimmick Puppet Nightmare original print. Hey, cool thing is this thing got reprinted. We don't have to deal with, you know, everybody running out here going, I need my Gimmick Puppet Nightmares. They're cheap, all right? It's not worth it. You'll be fine. It would appear that the Gimmick Puppet Nightmares from the Advent Calendar 2014 got cratered off the market. And it also looks like the Shonen Jump magazine Gimmick Puppet Leo also got pretty much cratered off the market. You can't even $7 on up to $10 right now. I assume this also being a Shonen Jump magazine promo leaves a really weird position in the market for this. And of course, guess what? The Gimmick Puppet of Strings was also another version from the Shonen Jump magazine. I see just your sales data today. These got disgustingly cratered off of the market. I mean, they're only like $3, $4, but you can definitely see that you're head on up here. You're at $11 for near mints for the Gimmick Puppet of this. Like, that's rough. All right, see your Battles of Legend reprints down here coming in about $3, $4. Only 40 listings, by the way, for these. Ugh. The Gimmick Puppet Grinder Man himself, we're down to 34 listings of these. And you can see where your curve up begins. Looks like you're heading up to about $5 if you want to pick up the Number Hunters version of that. Which, I mean, I suppose is fine. Gimmick Puppet Biscay Doll coming in about $2, also pretty cratered. Jury Doll, surprisingly, 70 listings of this. The Puppet Disaster Leo, the OTK Enabler Crazy Win Condition Fiend. Yeah, I mean, the fact that people are coming through spending $1, $2 on these. This doesn't have like immediately crazy value, but interesting to see how that's being reflected on this side of things. Magnet Doll still 54 listings. I'm really glad to see like the bad ones aren't getting cratered up too hard yet. C15 still sub $1, still sub $1. Destiny Leo reprints 58 listings. Okay, we're still good. The Gigantus doll from Immortal Destiny LED 5. Hey, look, still cheap. All right, 30 cents. That's good. Most of this Gimmick Puppet stuff, except for, I believe it's this one, the Link 2. Yeah, people are penny stocking this card so hard right now. Honestly, you've got a long way to go before you see these start to buckle up, but you're down to 105 listings. Realistically, the Link 2 will probably get destroyed off of the market over time. Like, that's the only real rational thing I think we're going to see here. Gimmick Puppet of Strings from the tins, still cheap. Your Dreary Doll Rares, still cheap as well. And, of course, the reprint for this, still going to hold. So, basic takeaway from all of this stuff back here. Because a lot of this stuff does have reprints, except for, hi, C, how are you? Most of this stuff does have reprints available in other forms of the rarity. Yes, the higher rarity stuff is going to be the things that are going to get destroyed off of the market. Also, you have the common version of Gigantus Doll. So it's not like the value of this stuff is going to be really too crazy, but it has moved. Argent Chaos Force rank up. Yeah, this thing is still pretty cheap. You have 100 listings of it, and you take your poison. Do you want the version of the Ultra Rare from Brothers of Legend with 345 listings, or do you prefer the slightly gold version? I think this is one of the times where I think I'd pick the gold version over this just to have. And you can tell these haven't been cratered off the market too hard, but you've got people that are very interested in picking up, you know, whichever version of this you really are kind of expecting to go with. So that's how we're looking this morning. on the Gimmick puppet side of things. I do continue to expect people to pick this stuff up. I do expect to see more refined versions of the FTKs kind of come out as time goes on, but this is to go, hey, this exists. All right, pay attention to this, as the market always does. And well, you guys have a good rest of your day. All right, patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.